Hey, how you doing? Kevin Moloney from the Moloney Method. Today we're going to talk about what they call the set point theory. This is a theory about you are born with a range of 10 to 20 pounds that nature has said you should be in this zone. This set point theory is built in at the time of conception. This is DNA hardwired into you. Now, when a person goes on a weight loss program, all right, there are points where their frustration level is through the roof because they're doing everything perfect. And then they hit a stopping point, okay? They need to understand the set point theory. Each human being has an internal process that nature puts in you to keep you healthy and to keep you going on. Your hormones are always talking to each other, trying to maintain stability internally. An example of this is when you get too hot, what happens is you sweat. What the body's doing is one hormone talk to another hormone and release the sweat to cool you down. This happens on a regular basis in your body because remember, the whole key is your body wants you to survive. Okay? So that question arises, if each person has a 10 or 20 pound swing as far as what nature hardwired them to be, how does a person get overweight? How does a person get obese? Well, what happens is the following, and you've heard this a lot, you may have experienced this a lot. When you're young, okay, your body forgives a lot of stuff. The two main things as far as the set point are the leptin and the insulin. So what happens is when you're young and you're doing everything wrong, you have a lot of pliability and adaptability in those two hormones, and they're trying to keep up with how many things you're doing wrong, okay? But there comes a point as you get older that those two hormones can't take it anymore. They can no longer keep adjusting, okay? So you put on weight, okay? Now what happens is that new weight becomes your new set point. That's not the set point that nature gave you, okay? Remember, nature gave you the set point at conception, a 10 to 20 pound swing, okay? But through overeating consistently, those two hormones could not hold on to that set point, and they got worn out. So you gain weight. They say, the hell with it, we're gaining weight. And they become totally insensitive. And you have a new set point, okay? Now, the question is, okay, if that's the case, I don't have a chance of losing weight. That's incorrect. Again, the Moloney method, you just gotta have the knowledge, okay? When you go on a weight loss program, you reduce your calories, okay? And you're cruising along and you're losing weight, okay? And you step on that scale, and each week, each couple of days, you're getting good results. But then there comes a day where you step on that scale and you look and there's no movement. So your mind says, okay, one day, whatever, okay. Then you step on it the next day. You increased your exercise, You maybe even ate a little bit less. You step on it, nothing has changed, okay? Now, what happens is people call it a plateau, okay? It is not a plateau. To be more specific, you can go for a week or two doing the same thing that you were losing weight on and not lose anything. Now, during that week or two, you are in a crack zone because you have done everything correctly, and the program was working, okay? Now, we all know that metabolically, the less you weigh, the less the metabolic at rest will drop down, okay? You're getting back to the plateau. It's not a plateau. Here's the key piece of information you got to understand. When the scale does not move and you're doing everything correctly, put it in your brain. This is the time that the set point is readjusting to a new set point. Now, when a set point is readjusting, it does not lose any more weight. And the reason for that is because it has to set up all the new systems, all the hormones in a new balance, okay, before it allows you to have the new set point and drop more weight. Now, sometimes it takes 3 or 4 weeks, okay? Now, if you understand what's going on, you'll be able to deal with it, because basically good news is around the corner. You are in the process of setting a new set point, okay? But the key here is understand that something good is about to happen, okay? You stay with the program and you basically hang in there. Now, once all the hormones are set up the way the body wants them set up for your health at the new lower weight, then the next drop will happen. Now, how do you get to stay at that weight? Again, your metabolic system burns less the less you weigh, okay? You have to go the opposite way, and when you're at the new lower weight, you have to understand I am not burning as much at this lower weight. That's where you have to strength train. Let's say there's a gap of 100 or 200 calories in your basic metabolic burning, okay? Because you have dropped weight. You do the strength training and you fill that gap, okay? So basically you have kept burning the same amount you were burning at a heavier weight, but you have done it while being at a lower weight, okay? You have solved the riddle, okay? The other thing the Moloney method recommends on set points, and this is so important that people understand about set points. Dieting, they have this image of a dieting where you're in and you go to the finish or you quit. It's a big mistake, okay? Dieting, because of set points, has to be done in stages. You have to diet, and once you hit that point where the scale doesn't move and there's no reason why the scale's not moving, you know at that point, okay, I gotta wait this out, okay? That's the point, that's the critical point. And you should look at losing weight as stages. If you have 40 or 50 pounds to lose, you should probably observe, okay, when I lose 10 or 15, I hit that spot where nothing happened and nothing moved. That was my set point timeout. So you put in your brain what your body wants to do is lose weight in a strategic, proportionate way. So you don't look at losing 50 pounds as I'm going to go lose 50 pounds. What you look at it is, okay, I'm going to lose 50 pounds by doing it this way. 15 pounds, hit that new set point. 15 more pounds, hit that new set point. And remember, to adjust to a new set point, it takes 3 or 4 weeks. So your weight is not going to drop that much. And tell yourself there's stuff going on in that 3 or 4 weeks that is keeping you healthy. All those invisible things that you don't know about are talking to each other and getting in the right amounts so that that new weight becomes your new weight. Now at that point, when that's done, you can move into the next section and drop the next 15. We always have to remember, okay, when we take on a project like this, okay, you gotta have the knowledge, okay, and you always have to stay within the psychological crack-up zone. That's where the knowledge will help you. So it's not a plateau. A plateau is a negative connotation. You need to put in your brain, I am adjusting to a new set point. It's good news. All my hormones are adjusting. It's good news. When they are through adjusting, I'll stop dropping again and I'll take on the next stage of my weight loss project. Again, if you have the knowledge, things are a lot easier. And that's what we're about here, giving you the knowledge at the Moloney Method. Any comments, anything, we are at MoloneyMethod@gmail.com. That's Moloney with an O. We'd like you to subscribe and we'd like to hear from you. Thank you very much.